No, we're not. Now we're live. Mighty Mushroom Show.
Mighty Mushroom Show.
Mighty Mushroom Show.
I'm mad. I'm mad as hell.
I am Corey, and Flipper Joe's here. Hello, Flipper Joe. I want to welcome everyone in the chat who's coming and is watching and everything. I also want to welcome Jacob from Portland Pickers.
Hello, everyone.
Co-host of this odd, ridiculous show.
It is odd.
Hey Tina, we are going to talk about something that's not good, but that you can fix, right, Jacob?
Yes, it is fixable on an individual level.
Okay,
but it's messed up.
Let's make it exciting. I'm going to let you tell everybody what you discovered today and how you fixed it or how you're working on it or whatever.
Okay. So as some of you may be familiar, eBay launched this promoted listings campaign thing, I think 3 months ago or 2 months ago. You could start promoting your listings on eBay. And the way you do it is you scale the percentage of the item's value into the ad campaign that they run to pump out sponsored ads of your product and draw people to it. And if someone buys it within a 30-day cycle of clicking through their sponsored link, they take that percentage of whatever you determined you want to pay for ad revenue on that item.
So you only pay with promoted listings when they purchase the item, right?
Correct. So I just had a feeling. I just had a feeling in my gut that I needed to check to make sure things were legit, because I saw that some of the fees didn't seem to be getting credited back to me when I canceled a transaction, at least not on all items. So on one item in particular, it was like $33 that wasn't credited back. And then I was like, how deep does this go? How deep?
So you started picking oysters off the wall of the cavern. Is that what you're saying? Digging in for the pearls?
Exactly. So what I did is I called the representative, and he was very cordial and willing to help me with resolving the issue and getting me credited back that $33. Gravy. That's awesome. And said that he was going to check all my sold and canceled to make sure that there was no other discrepancies in the fees that I was getting charged. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Okay. But what if he just says that it was fine and didn't actually look? He did that.
That sounds like something you would do, so I wouldn't put it past him.
He did exactly that, Corey. He did that. That's what he did. He sent me an email saying, all right, I looked through, this is out of your 400 and X sold. This one was the only one that got under the wire, and we accidentally didn't credit you.
The parkies.
Yeah.
The parkies.
So on
Anomaly.
four other items, I found that I was not credited back the promoted listing ad fee on a canceled transaction, which is part of their policy to do that automatically. I can't be the only one.
That's not even something that's on my radar. Like, not even on the radar that detects where the radar's radar is making radar.
And that's because you trust eBay, bro. You trust that they're doing their job.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody. Like like I was telling you, I audit stuff and I find mistakes. But this is before promoted listings. Like, I would have things that, were just never credited back, or they charged me for shipping that like never got, like a FedEx label that never got used. And it's like,
that shouldn't even exist because they have to scan it to charge you. That doesn't even.
I have found them before, my friend.
Yeah, see, that's what, and you have to call them out on that. And I made sure to call back and be like, hey, this needs to get.
I would say the vast minority of eBay sellers have not had a billing issue. The vast minority. But the vast majority have no idea about them.
Dude, I can. Okay,
But
so
you
if
have to
I
remember, like my last audit, like my last fee audit was before promoted listings.
exactly, yeah. And so this is something everyone needs to look out for. You need to spread the message and complain to the representatives because
You need to
they
part
are
the Red
listening.
Sea, save
Dude,
Moses,
look,
and do the thing, all that stuff.
you know,
Yeah,
it's
no, tell people to check it out and tell them how. Definitely, I'm just teasing.
no, for sure. So the way to determine if this has happened to you, which if you've used promoted listings and canceled a transaction, I'm sure you'll find a glitch.
I need a 3 to 2 prong.
I don't think you have to put it in that light. It really is a glitch. They're not doing.
No, it probably is a glitch, but
they're
if
not doing it on purpose. eBay,
they're not
eBay.
fast to correct things like this.
I know, but you have to remember, like, what you think of as like a streamlined eBay is a hodgepodge of systems created from 1995 to 2017. So they all work together in weird ways. They do show you what items sold via promoted listings, don't they?
They don't show you if you go to your promoted listings, they
Yeah,
just
it
tell
just
you
says
how many
76 sold. It doesn't give you individual
in.
items, but in the
You
bill,
can't.
it's there, right?
So what you have to do is you have to go to your account and you go to your fee summary, and then you click
Hold on, I'm
in
gonna do that right now so we can get on the account, and then what?
Click into credits.
I'm on the seller hub right now. Where do I go from the seller hub?
This is perfect. Here, let me add a draft I was working on. Okay, so if you go to up to the top left corner where it says your name,
corner. Yep.
and you go to account settings.
Account settings. Okay, I got it.
It drops you right into your account stuff, and then it shows you your account summary and your current balance, right?
Okay.
So you click in, you can view all your account activity, fees, credits, payments, refunds. If you click into credits, or even if you just view all your account activity.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm an account.
Oh, they revised it. They revised my my fees.
Nice. So where? So I'm on account.
I'm telling you that we're talking about $100 in fees that I just got removed.
Awesome. Perfect. Let me get. I want that $100.
So then you can customize the view, or
wait. I'm on my account. So where do I go from here?
Okay, so from your account, you can see where it says your PayPal account information, right? And then right below that, there's account summary.
Wait.
So scroll down a little bit.
Let's see, latest account, latest invoice amount and credits.
Right.
So you want me to click on credits?
No. Go below that to where it says amount due, and then you see current balance, and then below that it says view all account activity, fees, credits, payments, and refunds.
Okay.
And click all account activity.
Okay.
This is great. Everyone needs to do this.
Okay.
If you use promoted listings, you need to do this.
Yes. You need to do this anyway.
Yeah, you should absolutely just every now and again just make sure that things are on that plan.
I mean, you don't have to look through every single thing, but that's why I call it an audit. Like I'll basically take chunks of orders and look through them. I mean, I can't look at every single one. Okay. Insertion fee promotions 106.70.
So then this will show you all your account activity, your
insertion fee, final value fee, insertion fee, final value fee, ad fee is the
So you can click transaction type and it will show you everything that you've been charged an ad fee on.
Yeah. I told you so check it out. My it's weird. What's up?
Erica's joined us.
Hey Erica.
She's 50% of the Portland pickers. She's half of a Portland picker.
Like 75%.
She's probably like 85%.
What's in that work? You got to put in that work. Okay, so yeah, it's weird. This month, I was telling you that my impressions went down to 0 for several days.
Mm-hmm.
I only have 2 ad fees for this period, but I need to do the custom amount for. Let's see. Yeah, because I haven't been billed for. Let's see.
So just to follow through with how to find out if you have not been credited back your ad fee. There's a little space where you can search specifically by the item number. So what you can do is go to your canceled items where you have canceled the item, legit. Take that item number, put it into that search bar, and search to see if it'll show you that you received a final value fee when you sold it, a shipping fee.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Yeah, it'll show you the shipping fee on it.
Weird.
And then because you canceled it, you will be credited the final value fee and the shipping fee. And if that ad fee has not been credited back to you, eBay they just charged you for something that you did not make money on. That's against their policy. So if you call them, they will gladly take care of it. But I think it's just very concerning that I may not be the only one. I had 4 items where it happened. So if I had 4,
calm down. You're getting all.
This is why I'm heated. See, because eBay's got my balls in a stranglehold. They got my truck nuts.
Oompa Loompa on it, like Oompa Loompa Toompa-Tee-Too. They stole my fees and yours too.
Real talk.
Is mine working?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. What's up?
Is it working? Is it echoing?
I don't hear any echoes.
Okay, good.
Diamonds
on the inside. So yeah, so
Isn't
that's
that herpes?
We're all gonna check that out. It was through a random discovery. I'm certain. I mean, there's probably somebody else out there on YouTube who's talked about it. You know.
Oh yeah, it didn't seem like I was the first person to call in with that.
Yeah. I mean, just people are better bookkeepers than me and see it much faster.
Well, the only reason I caught it was just because my fees were, I was like, I know how much I've sold and I know what 10% of that is. And then I know how much I've billed for FedEx shipping labels, which gets added on later. But then it just seemed excessive. And it could have been legit. I could have been just fucking a cheap ass, which you'll say it, Erica will say it, I'll say it. It's true. Right now you're frozen, Corey. Oh, there he is. So, but I just had a gut feeling that I needed to check. And had I not, this would have just gone on until they fixed it, which where's the incentive for them to fix something where no one is complaining or holding them accountable?
Jake was turning red.
Oh, is he?
I've never seen him that red.
It's because we're talking about dollars. Dollars. Corey, are you alive?
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, we
broke Corey.
His programming.
It's eBay. eBay's after you.
It's come to a halt. Uh-oh, they're shutting this down. I knew this would happen. I shouldn't have talked. Shouldn't have come forward. That's what happens. Corey, are you alive? All right, well, I guess this is the Portland Picker Show now. So welcome everyone to the Portland Picker Show. You are here with Erica and I, Jacob, Jake, Jakey, whatever you want to call me, whatever suits your needs. I can't see the chat at the moment, but I will get on that. Oh, he dropped out. That's a good sign.
Does that mean he can get back in?
Probably.
I wonder if it's because something to do with me.
That it was absolutely not you. It's not your fault. It's probably Corey's fault. Hashtag Mighty Mushrooms fails again. Why did he do this?
So everybody should go look up their fees and see if they're being refunded.
Oh, right now, do that. And then send a little comment saying whether eBay is also exploiting you. to the fullest.
Or just complain to eBay.
Yeah, definitely complain, because eBay loves it when you complain. They're always happy to listen to your insanity. The guy told me, he was like, this is a legitimate complaint and I'm going to file it with, you know, the person above me. But he was like, everyone else, they just complain about crazy shit. Like, stop whining. I was like, this guy's being very honest with me. It's rare. Oh, what? No, it's still live.
We're still live. Is there people? Did you open up the chat?
Yeah, there's 11 people watching.
Oh. So now we got to make
Sadly.
it entertaining.
Yeah. Death Pile says, entertain us. That should be easy to do. I know you. You're easily entertained.
I have to talk for the video to come up.
On that note, so I'm going to send a link to Corey, but
Okay.
Erica, why don't you, people haven't really heard your story.
My story? Like my story from birth?
Yeah, like how were you conceived? That's actually a good place to start.
I'm not sure actually, but
It was through the butt?
So they say. So I was born in New Jersey. I'm from the East Coast. I think it's that way, or maybe it's that way. It's that way actually. And I moved out here to Portland, Oregon, to go to art school, and I have a fine arts degree, bachelor's of fine arts degree. And then I met this guy.
Which one is that?
You.
Jacob.
And I think when, oh, there he is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm back.
Hey, I just sent you the link, but I know you found your way back home. Of your own.
Yeah. Is it still live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Hi everybody. My internet just like schwizzled out there. I don't know what happened. Technical difficulties. Let me see. Let me click on this guy here. Let's see if we can pull that back up. We can. We're cool. I'm back. Thanks everybody for your patience. I'm going to join. Take me there. You're already on the call. Whoa.
Erica's been holding it down.
You're holding down the fort. What were we talking about?
So Erica was just proceeding with her life story, starting from birth.
Great. Does she still have the umbilical cord?
Kayla wants to know where in New Jersey.
Rockaway, Morris County, North Jersey. I know when you kept saying you were from Jersey, I kept wanting to say, where are you from? But didn't want to ruin what you were talking about.
What?
So you were just getting to the best part of your life story when you met some guy? Which you met someone? When
I met Jacob. So I had been working for Starbucks and getting my degree. And then I met Jake. And he just, when we first met, he was really getting into reselling full-time and getting my degree. Uh-oh. And then I met Jake. Hey! when we first met,
Elliot.
If you do that again, Elliot, I'm not going to send you a hat.
Getting my degree. Uh-oh. And then I met Jake.
Oh, that's right. That's me. Is that me? Oh,
Yes,
yeah, you gotta mute.
wow. I just totally. Well, anyways, continue.
Hi, Elliot.
Hey guys, how's it
Nice
going?
to see you, Elliot. Thanks for coming in and ruining our party.
What are you talking? You're the one that like basically torpedoed the chat 2 minutes ago. There was no picture of Corey on the screen. I'm sitting here crying.
It's my channel, so I can disappear randomly.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
So then I met Jake, and he was really getting into reselling, and I started helping him just like a little bit here and there. And then he was like, hey, I can pay you to do this, because I was already just like helping him for free. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then so I started doing more listings, and then I eventually started buying and selling for myself. So that's how I got into this lifestyle.
So I have a question for you. What are the things that you really? I mean, I've seen your fashion, and it's really, really cool. That's the first thing I noticed, that you had really cool fashion.
Thanks.
So is that do you like the fashion side of things more, or like are there niches that you think are like, you know, that you are more within your interest?
Totally. I mean, so you missed the part that I have a fine arts degree.
Oh yeah, because I fell into outer space.
Kayla. So I like art and yeah, fashion for sure, and like combining the two. But for reselling, I actually have a story about how. Do you guys like ever, when you tell people what you do, everyone's like, "Oh, I have something to." I have something you could sell for me. Does that ever happen to you guys?
Yes, and I hate it.
Okay, I don't like to sell things for other people in general, because first they think their stuff is worth more than it is, and then it gets all weird. So it's like I just buy.
Yeah, it's totally a headache, but it's still interesting to see what they have.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I was like doing yoga, and the yoga teacher like asked me what I did, and I told her, and she was like, "Oh, I have some stuff to sell." And she lived like Northwest Portland, so I was like, "Oh, it might be nice stuff." So I went over and we like went through some of her stuff, and she had this painting, and it was a paint by numbers painting of like a horse. It was like not special at all, but so I just like threw it up for $30. And some lady in Beaverton bought it, and she was like, "Hey, can you deliver it to me? I'll pay for shipping, but I just want you to come because I collect paint by numbers, and I have this huge collection." And so I was like, "Okay." We
Sounds
were like
murdery.
we were out estate selling, so we're like, "That's fine." So we drop it off, but she wants us to come in and see her collection. And she's so sweet. She's like a crazy cat lady for sure, and lives alone and has 2 houses, but her whole house is full of paint by numbers, like over 400 paintings, and she restores them.
I can attest to this. It is literally wall to wall to wall to wall, bathroom, living room, kitchen, dining room, hallway, entryway, upstairs bedroom, upstairs bathroom, upstairs bonus room, closet, attic, under the bed, in the duvet.
It seems you guys have met my Nana. No, just kidding. That's insane. And paint by number is such a weird thing too, because it's not like, I mean, you're literally pulling paint by numbers out of like a crappy construction paper, right? I mean, it's not like nice paper or nice quality.
These are like vintage ones, but yeah, it's just like paper glued onto like this like canvas. It's like not the best quality, but there's a big
market.
People collect it.
What's a great subject matter to find like in paint by numbers?
Westerns.
Okay.
So Westerns, cowboys, Indians.
Space.
What?
Space.
There's not space ones, I don't think.
She had a few that were like outer space.
Oh, maybe.
Those were, and the tropical ones, those ones are really.
Yeah, tropicals. So anyways, so she bought the one, and then she was like, I am constantly buying. So she's always buying, and she's like, "I have duplicates. Do you just want them to sell?" And I was like, I didn't feel comfortable at first just accepting them. So I told her that I would give her 30%, and she was cool with that. And it just like kept growing. Like, so we would go pick up. So she also has packing material because she's always buying. So she's like, "Hey, I have packing material. Can you come pick them up?" So we go and pick it up, and then she has more stuff for me. So she also collected vintage hankies, which she doesn't collect anymore. So she was like, "You could just have them." And there was like 200 of them, like in binders, really nice. Just gave them to me.
Whoa.
She was just like, "I don't want them." I don't know her backstory, but she owns a house. She owns the house behind her house. The other house has its own cats. She has cats in each house.
Can you
Real shit. And the cats don't intermingle. They're separate cats for separate houses. Is real.
And she's just like this amazing, like she makes art, but she doesn't like sell it or anything. So I've helped her with like selling things, putting them online and stuff like that. And she literally just gives me stuff because she doesn't have any family. She's not married. She just has her cats in these houses. Yeah, but she's super sweet.
That
It's
makes
like-
me sad. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice that you have like a relationship and a rapport that you can kind of do that with her, but it kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, it's a little sad, but I like that we can go out there and visit with her, and she gives us stuff, and it's just like a cool back and forth. And I wouldn't have ever found that if I didn't go to that lady's house and look what she had and sold a paint by number, which now like I know I have like 75 paint by numbers, and
I was looking at some on eBay. They're actually, a lot of them are really, really cool stylistically.
totally.
What is it? Like, what? Explain to me like how it came and what it is, because it's a craft, right?
Yeah, totally. So it started, I think, like 40s, 50s. And what it was like so the first ones, she told me all this. So the first ones were like the famous artist artworks so that you could do them yourself. So it was like Picasso and like Raphael, Michelangelo, like all those things. Like you can do it. You can do the masters yourself. So there was like a nuance, like an ordinary person could do it, and that's kind of what she likes about it. That ordinary artist can do it because they lay out all of the numbered, like you have a numbered paint and then numbered on the picture to paint in. Like I can instantly tell a paint by number just by looking at it, just because it doesn't have any shading. It's all solid.
Yeah, that's what I instantly noticed. There's no shading.
Yeah,
It's just like blocks of color, but
totally.
there's a couple in here that are, there's a one of Paris, and it's I mean, I would hang that on my wall. It has a weird modernist weirdness to it that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. There's like certain designers that design certain ones that are desirable. I can't think of their names right now, but she had like floor to ceiling. She has paint by numbers in her house. It's like a museum.
So was there like a main brand that was called Paint by Number? Because I see like it doesn't say S like numbers, it says Paint by Number. So this is like,
yeah. It's not the brand. The brand, there's like Craftmaster. That was like,
okay.
oh, I'll show you guys. In this last,
Yeah, I'm definitely
last weekend, right before we're gonna go to her house to get packing materials, we found some that were still in the box, which are like highly desirable. So they haven't been painted. They're still in the box, and I found one that is sealed still. And it was so funny because we were like going to her house right before I found them, and I've never found one in a box before.
These are so cool, Erica. I mean, this one is it's like a white crane I'm looking at, and holy crap! I mean,
and there's some like the really small ones can be insanely valuable. Like she was showing us like this series of like 3 small portraits of like cats. And she was like, these can go for like 300.
Yeah, there was definitely some solds in the 250 range on eBay. I mean,
oh yeah, because the little ones came like as add-ons, and a lot of people lost them because they were just like little ones. So this is the
whoa, that's
one in the package.
That's really cool.
That is really cool.
It's 1964, and it's a tropical one, which is like one of the most desirables. So there's 2 in there, and it comes with the paints.
So is this for your collection, or is this for sale?
This is for sale.
What is what are you asking for it?
I think, I don't remember what I put it up for. I think 160.
Okay.
So it's 2 paintings, so it would be like 80 each.
You're definitely gonna sell that. That is really cool.
It's so funny. She buys the ones that are in the boxes right away, but I kind of like kept this one to myself. But I gave her another one that was in the box, but it had been open and painted already. Just like.
This is like blowing my mind because like I always tell everybody you can make anything, you can make money on just about anything on eBay if you have enough knowledge and you're willing to like wait for the right customer to come along. But I mean, I would never ever have thought any of those would have, even though they're cool, I still wouldn't have imagined that they would command that value. So that is really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, even the ones that aren't as desirable, you know, go for $20 to $30 easy.
Elliot, have you ever seen any of those?
Oh, he's muted.
Muted.
I haven't seen a paint by numbers since Elliot was a little toddler doing them in the back seat of my mom's car, making a mess. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. I didn't know it was a thing.
Born in the 50s, I don't think. I mean, you're cute and everything, but I don't think you're that old.
Well, they still make them today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've seen them out there, but those are, I don't know, there's a style, you can tell stylistically those, like, just the older patterns and stuff. They're just rad.
And a good resource is, if anybody has one out there, is the Paint by Numbers Museum online. Just Google it, and you can type in any of the keywords of the things you see, and then it will show you all of the different ones. And if you click in it, it tells you the year it was made, what company made it.
Would you say that this is like a rising class of collectibles, or would you say like it's always been?
It might have had its heyday.
What's up?
Already. So we're at the end of like it being really popular, I think.
Okay, gotcha.
So this is one that I found, and that was at that one sale with you, Corey.
Yeah, that was. I saw it and I was like, wow, I sold one just like that because it was a weird, creepy clown. I didn't know it was paint by numbers. I just thought it was creepy clown. I didn't advertise it as paint by numbers either. I just like things that are small, easy to ship, and peculiar, like Jacob.
I'm tiny. I'm really tiny.
Well, it's funny. There's this hotel that we usually stay at when we go to Portland is the Pineapple Hotel. And right next door is a little art studio.
The Pineapple Hotel, where's that?
I don't know. I can check on them. I don't know Portland very well. It's just the hotel we usually stay at. Hotel Rose.
Is that where you got your hat?
Pineapple?
You like my ears. But there's this little art place next to it. And last time we were there, they had all paint by numbers in the window. Like that's what they were displaying for the time. And I remember looking at them because I have a friend who collects them, specifically the animals, like the cats and horses and stuff like that. And I took pictures for her because she's super into it. And I was like, why does this nice like art studio have all these kitschy 60s like cat paint by numbers in the window? And I thought it was really bizarre.
Interesting. I don't know. It's loco. Anyway, so we have the paint by numbers. Is there something else that like you have a specialty in that you're always like digging for in the estate sale? Because I mean, I'm assuming that when you're going out and estate selling or thrift shopping or whatever, generally it's in combo with old Jacob here. I don't know if you guys mostly go together or if you kind of scope some spots out on your own, or
I drag her everywhere.
Okay. So when you go to the estate sale, like you're looking for that paint by numbers stuff, and what else are you looking for?
So I guess for most of the time when we're estate selling, I'm also shopping for Jake, but there are certain things that I'll keep for myself.
Got it.
Am I frozen?
No,
Yes.
but apparently the camera wasn't switching. It was like stuck on me.
I think it still is.
Yeah, it might be.
We're getting 100% Kayla right now.
I think Corey's the only one that can fix that because he's in control of the.
How do I?
Did you say Corey's in control?
I can hear
I know.
my
I'm scared too.
God.
It's scary.
Okay, I'm gonna eject you from the call and just join it again because I have no idea how else to do this.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Somebody talk.
Okay, that worked.
No, look, I'm still frozen.
Yeah, she's frozen. I'm gonna eject her
Erica's.
and just
What?
Oh, I'm ejecting you anyway.
How did you
There's
teleport?
two of me.
Don't tell Erica
my
about
gosh.
her.
Okay,
I'm
sister,
recorded
Erica.
across the internet. The internet.
I can't wait till you can do that. That'd save a lot of time.
The internet. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Where did she go? Okay, she's coming back. I think it blocked
she
me
said,
now. Jesus Christ. I'm not allowed to join.
Erica's computer's overheated, so we're just gonna have to burn down the house and start now.
Okay, we'll just burn down the house.
My
Anyway,
computer definitely runs hot when we're doing this Google Hangout.
blocked. Well, I didn't block anybody. I ejected you. I didn't realize.
Well, I know why it runs hot.
I hope it
Elliot.
doesn't eject you
Because you're on
forever.
my screen.
Oh, God. Oh, the land of Google. Elliot, what's been going on, man? Anything new? Anything exciting?
Not a whole lot, man. I've just been working a lot and clowning.
Can you just take your headphones off?
Just like.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been working a lot, and then I have a bunch of stuff I haven't listed yet, so I'm hoping to get to that this weekend, but I'm going on a quick little backpacking trip, so that's going to happen.
Oh, that'll be fun. Cold around here.
Who's echoing?
I'm just gonna talk here, I guess.
Is there still an echo? No? Did we get it? Oh, it's
Look at that. We got her back, victorious.
I had to switch accounts. It blocked my other account when you removed me.
You put in some kind of like Kayla virus, and then it just like took YouTube by mass.
He probably didn't.
I'm very
probably
honored.
didn't- he didn't
I'm
just kick
honored
you out
that he
and
went-
ban you for life.
God damn it. I'm honored that you went through the hassle to rejoin the forum. Thank you.
Hey,
Now you have to block me all over again.
so I got an update on the eBay scandal.
Okay.
So State's
Reseller
Place.
Mom says hi. Hi, Reseller Mom.
Huh?
Hi, everybody in the chat. What
I don't know if she wants me to shout her out, but she said that she's going to eBay tomorrow and she's going to complain directly to an executive.
Who?
Nicole State.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
eBay is in trouble.
eBay is in trouble. I wouldn't want Nicole State to be mad at me.
She don't play.
I don't know her
So
at all.
that's badass.
I
Thank
don't
you.
want anybody to be mad at me. Well, maybe Jacob. I'm trying to get Jacob to be madder at me.
You're sick. Cut it out.
So I want to go back to Erica because so mostly you're picking when you're out there picking you're picking for kind of the niches that go into Jake's shop.
Totally, yeah.
But it seems like you kind of have an eye for fashion and stuff. Do you ever do like any experimenting to see if fashion is like, good for the site and, good to move into?
Yeah, I mean, so so like art, clothing is basically what I look for, and if I don't feel drawn to it, I'll just let him buy it. But
The junk.
there's
Basically.
certain things that I've like just had a feeling about. So at that one estate sale that was in Lake Oswego, that was I think you said you went to it.
Hasselblad? No.
Rosenblatt's. He was a designer for Rosenblatt's. The guy that owned the house.
Uh-huh.
That one? Maybe you didn't go.
I didn't.
It's like, okay, it was an amazing house, full of stuff, even on the last day.
Where remind me again where the sale was?
In Lake Oswego?
That was 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago?
Oh, no, this was like months.
Okay. Yeah, I don't go to a lot of Lake Oswego sales because, like, Clean Sweep doesn't do a lot there, and they're my primary, and my other two primaries.
If that gives you any. It was Family
Yeah,
Affair.
no, I do like Family Affair, I really do.
It was an amazing house.
Oh, yeah. The craziest houses I've ever been into are Gary Germer houses. Like, I walked into a house, it must have been owned by the guy who invented the helicopter. It's like the ground was worth like the tiles were worth each more than my car. Like crystal chandeliers and like gilded shit everywhere. And it was like, why are you letting people into your house? It's more expensive.
Like that, for sure.
Yeah. So the Rosen, what happened at that sale? I'm sorry, I derailed that.
So there was like a lot of stuff there still. So we went through a bunch. So he had like paperwork and posters. So he was the graphic designer for Rosenblatt's. So he wasn't like a fashion designer. He just like drew out before there was like photographs of like the suits and stuff. Wow. But there was this dress, and it just like caught my eye, and it was more than I wanted to pay for a dress. And I just held on to it the whole time we were there. I held on to it. I was like, I want this dress. I'm just gonna make them an offer for $60, which is about
that's a lot of money for a dress for a used dress.
So yeah. It was a 1950s style dress. I didn't really know the designer at the time, but I did some research before I bought it, and it was Cecil Chapman.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so, who is one of Marilyn Monroe's favorite designers. And it was in the shape of a Marilyn Monroe dress. Like, it was like her curves. It was black. It was still modern. Like, I could see a woman today wearing it. Like, it was still modern. It was amazing. Perfect, pristine condition. No holes, nothing. And I could just tell it was made so nicely. Like, it probably was $1,000 dress, but
$1,000 dress in 1955.
Right.
Like, adjusted for inflation, that's like $4,500 for a dress. That's like Gucci status.
Well, so I bought it for $60, and I sold it while we were on vacation for $450.
Woo!
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I know if I held off, I could have gotten more, but this is weird. A guy bought it, and he was really excited about it, and he showed me the mannequin it was going to go on and all this stuff. But
hey, what?
I would lose my shit. I'd be like, please don't show me that.
It's always interesting where things go. I don't
remember where it went either.
I sell some weird stuff, but I mean, it doesn't go into the realm. I mean, I'm only trying sexual fetishism stuff because Kayla turned me onto it. So
that's what I do.
I mean, we could take this a lot further, but I'll just let that.
No, I'm talking about where it is. Jesus Christ. We had
like things like that catch my eye. I'll buy, but for the most part, when we're out picking, it's going in his pile.
Okay.
And then I have one more like big story like that one where I got one over on him because this is something he would not have bought. So I think this estate sale was like.
I let the price point get me.
No.
Interesting.
I think this estate sale was like.
Because it was so cheap.
On the way home from another estate sale, so we just stopped. I don't even think you bought anything at that estate sale, did you?
I think I bought like some Tic Tacs that I found in the shed.
Oh gosh.
Delicious.
So there was this poster on the wall, and I just thought it was cool. It was in like a really tacky frame, like plastic gold frame. But I just thought it was cool. And coming from the art background, so it was like the famous wave print, you know?
Yeah, like the wave going over Mount Fuji.
Yes. So it was that, and then it like was going into like pixels, into like a graphic computerized wave. And it was called The Wave of the Future. You guys can Google it if you want to see what it looks like. And so
it's also in
but I just bought it. It was $2.50 because I thought it was cool. I was like, if this isn't worth anything, let's hang it up. It's cool. And he was like, okay, if you want it, you buy it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. And I did some research, and I found the person who made it, and it was before Photoshop was made in the 80s. So they described how they made it, and they had to hand draw out every single pixel. So it took them like hours, and like 37 hours or something.
It's like a poster, right?
Yeah, it's a poster. And it was made for like some company to like put in their offices.
God, I'm looking at it right now. That is the sickest thing I've ever seen.
Okay, so not only is it like cool and like I have this description of who made it and how it was made, but I think somewhere stored in my mind, I like recognized it. It was in the Weird Science movie. Have you ever seen it? It was hanging up over his bed, and it like, we watched the movie after we got it because I was like, I don't remember it in that movie, and it like is like plain and clear over his bed, and it like gets all disheveled when all of the room gets all messed up, and it's like, it's on there. And on the forum of the person who was talking about making it, people were like, where do you get this? I can't find this anywhere. They had stopped making it in like the 80s.
Well, it was an obscure poster for the Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, right?
That one wasn't the one I had. I had the original. So that's something else.
Shoot. Okay.
Yeah. Mine didn't have Thomas Jefferson High School.
Oh, the reproduction goes for like $1,500, just so you know.
I know. So I put it up for 1,000, but I think I took $450. Again, same price as that dress.
Oh gosh. So
yeah, that was like my first big flip that I got over on him. Like he wouldn't have bought that.
So what you're saying is you schooled him.
Yeah.
It was after that day I was like, I need to dabble in
Holy crap. And I just want to let you know, I think that $450 represents an immaculate deal on that poster.
There was none listed then. I did look like a couple of days ago to see if there was any more, and there are more out there now.
Are there?
Yeah.
But they're not the original. They're
the high school one.
The Thomas Jefferson High School ones.
What's up, K-Dog? We got K-Dog in the house.
Hey.
Nephrite Flipper and Shoebox Tipper. I started looking around for promotional shoes, man, and I found some like Krispy Kreme ones. I found all kinds of weird kind of collaborations, but some of them seem to be like custom made and stuff. Like somebody just like made them in their basement, maybe like Rick and Morty ones. Like,
he's muted also. I don't know if he's self-muted or if you muted him.
No, he's got to unmute himself though.
Oh.
There
we go.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man.
Yeah.
You found some fakes, huh? Or like, so you think those Jack in the Box might be fakes?
No, I don't think they're fakes at all. I think they're totally legit, based on what I saw from other things. You know, the embroidery, they're embroidered, right?
Yeah.
It's the embroidery that make it's the clutch. I mean, if it was painted, obviously, but
right.
Anyway, you got to put them up for sale to see what they're worth. I mean, really.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like you're planning on doing that.
Did you just say someday?
I'm working on my death pile. Stuff in reserve.
Working on growing it.
I'm trying to figure out how to remove the death pile. And death pile, his business model is step 1. Step 2,
buy and not sell. I mean, it's a great business model for growing
death pile.
Now I came on work on listing stuff.
He'll actually come to your house and make a death pile for you using.
No, thank you.
It's true. You can store stuff for me.
Yeah, it's another. It comes along. Raccoon Rescue will be offered on the Raccoon Release will be offered on the internet soon, and also the death pile service, the reverse death pile service, where we actually come to your home or place of business and build custom death piles.
But you guys make a little money on the side though, because you're storing all that inventory. So
In value, well, you know. I don't know what to say there. I don't know what to say. Did you hear Jacob's review on the eBay fees and all that stuff?
Yeah, I heard that at the beginning.
Okay.
I didn't do the whole promoted listing thing, so I don't know if that affects me at all. But
why didn't you use promoted listings, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm just always late to the party, you know. I'm late to list, you know. It's one of my tendencies.
Yeah, promoted listings is kind of anti-death pile. So it really,
so, yeah, it's like my crypto. So why would I want to do that? You know,
don't do it.
I want to do it the opposite way of what other people do. I don't want to list at all. Yeah, I don't want to list at all either. I just have somebody else do it.
I told the representative, like, can you contact me when you have this resolved? Like, talk to your supervisor. I'm going to talk to the supervisor tomorrow, but, you know, it's probably going to be the same gig. But I was like, let me know when you have this corrected and I'll use promoted listings again. And he was like, yeah, I have no idea when that would happen.
I mean, but why wouldn't you? I mean, you're just robbing yourself of future sales by not using promoted listings, right? I mean, you can always go back and audit it, and if they're going to credit you.
Well, here, I mean, that's true. Now that I'm aware of it, I can keep an eye out for it and just catch it when it happens.
Yeah, I don't think they never fix anything like that's like that.
So an interesting thing is, if you search your product that you have listed, they will put a sponsored link right below it. If that's like, if you're the only person selling it, they'll put a sponsored link right below it. So all someone has to do is click through the sponsored one, and then they get an ad fee that they're going to charge you, and you would have sold it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, sponsored listings aren't that intelligent for things that are like long tail or like are very keyword specific. Like, if you have something that fits into a range of customer expectations, you know, like, that's much better for promoted listings. I just promote everything because I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, no, and that's initially what I had done. I took it all off for now, but I'll probably switch it back on. It is kind of frustrating, and people do need to look out for it because you're gonna get they're not refunding the fees automatically on some things.
Mr. Peanut says, "Look at your eBay invoices. Make corrections."
Oh, I guess the screen is stuck on death piles now.
Oh.
Death piles. You're hogging all the limelight.
It's very awkward and peculiar, and then I have to kick out death piles.
No, you should just be able to click on your portrait,
Okay.
and that should reset it, I believe,
Profile. It just says you, profile, present to everyone. You are presenting to everyone. Stop. I don't know what that means. What does present to everyone mean?
Well, it kind of starts with the unbuttoning and dropping trowel.
Does it look, when I say present to everyone, is that my screen? Or
what if you unclick that file? Like, do you have him clicked currently?
Oh, weird. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I have a weird.
So Humblebrag asked if I do trending rates or one set rate. I do one set rate, but what do you do, Corey?
I do like a tiny, as a small amount above the trending rate, just so that I fall farther and I fall higher up.
Got you. Okay, I guess
so it works like SEO as far as I can tell. It's like so you're bidding on an ad spot, and it's like if everybody's bidding the same amount, it's going to equally distribute who gets that ad spot to people equally within that range, because it doesn't have any way to determine range yet. It's not as sophisticated as like Oracle was, or any of those, or whatever it was called, the one that was Yahoo. What was it called? Started with an O. I don't remember. It was Yahoo was into SEO before Google. It was called like Google.
Lycos?
No, Lycos is a different search engine, you goofball.
I knew that. I was just testing you.
Right.
So Yahoo invented like SEO before Google even existed. It was called like something that started with an O. Who cares? But you could have different ways that you could decide, like, I'm willing to spend this much on ads up to this amount, and I'll pay this. Oh, God damn it.
So yeah, Humblebrag, basically it's hard to really tell what kind of, if there's a significant difference between doing
totally an amorphous program too. It doesn't show you on the screen who bought what or where or who's clicking what. It doesn't give you any of like the Google style analytics, which would be really nice, because that's the point of having that type of listing, to better understand your customer, right? So in order to grow better marketing platforms and better marketing services, and to be able to use those platforms more powerfully and efficiently, So they're not giving us any information. They're just like, put a random ad rate and we'll do it. Because what they're doing is they're developing metrics and they're developing intelligence that it seems like eBay is really strongly investing in like artificial intelligence engines, and they're feeding all of this information into these data engines. I can guarantee it. So the question is whether they're rastering that data in a way that's going to be useful in the future, because all of this promoted listing stuff doesn't make any difference unless you can actually use it to predict customer habits and put the ad in front of them when they're ready to buy and put it in front of the right customers, right?
No, exactly. And the weird thing is you hope that the ad fee that you're being charged is actually equating to them doing something special to get that item in front of that person based on their behavior, and not the person was searching it anyway and clicked the link below your link, and now you're paying an ad fee.
Yeah, they highlighted. So there were 2 buggy baby bumpers, or there was one Oogie Boogie baby bumper on eBay, and you had the Oogie Boogie baby bumper, and you have all your listings promoted. So the first one was the promoted listing. Actually, it should be the first one because it's promoted for the Oogie Boogie Boggle Bonger, but yours is identical below it and it's not promoted, right? Because you're the only.
And so the person, it's literally random if the person is going to buy the one that says sponsored or the identical one that's still mine but doesn't say sponsored.
Not random.
No, I think there's a lot of people who would look at that and just click the first one they see.
I hate clicking on sponsored ads and all that nonsense.
But you are not your buyer.
Right. And people are mindlessly click on it, not knowing it's sponsored.
You're right. I wasn't implying that I was my buyer. But get that snap. Let's do it. Wait, I'm putting the camera on Kayla.
Oh no, please don't.
I'm keeping it on you.
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna stare at your ear.
I'm not snapping again.
Ah!
The snap is gone.
Amy Nays says, has anyone seen a credit on their bill from eBay for the promoted listings?
Yeah.
I think it was a $30 a quarter.
I have definitely not seen that.
No.
Basically, at least from my experience, just whatever you set the percentage base on your campaign for that item selling.
If you don't use $30 it's a credit towards promoted listing fees. So let's say you have 100 in fees, and 30 back, but they're not going to give you anything unless you use the promoted listings, and your promoted items sell, because you don't pay anything until the item actually sells, which makes it different than other SEO type of programs where you're paying for clicks, or you're paying for impressions, or you're bidding against other people. So going back to the whole, if it's based on an ad rate and you can pay 1% more to be above the other person, I would probably do that,
Yeah, no, I thought it was brilliant, and I was like, man, this is great. I'm gonna. And at first, they made it so that you could only promote listings that you had multiples of. Did you do that? Did you start initially? Yeah, you could only do it on things that you had multiples. Then they opened it to different categories.
I started putting multiples of things in the things so I could promote listings. I just put multiples of obscure items that were highly priced.
That you didn't actually have multiples of?
Yeah.
That's ballsy.
What are you doing over there?
That's ballsy.
I mean,
dude, what if someone's like, I want 10 of your diamond?
I would put 2. I would just put 2. But no one ever bought 2, and then they changed it.
I mean, that's kind of smart, and it's also kind of really stupid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what happened, and I've been exploring it ever since. And I didn't do it on a million items. I did it on a few items that were obscure and no one would ever.
But now they opened it up to almost all your inventory you can have. You can promote.
I have 1,800 promoted listings right now.
Yeah, no, I had.
Don't stop them, though. There's some huge glitches in the promoted listing system. So I ended. So my traffic got all weird. So I ended the promoting listings campaigns, and it took 4 days for it to reset so that I could do it over again, and nobody could reset it anywhere. They just had to go through some weird data washing cycle or something, and then they appeared again like 4 days later, and I could re-promote them.
Yeah, I think there is some early. I think it's early stages, and that's why they're having the issues. But that eBay keeping your fee, your ad fee, it's a big deal. Multiply.
I know. Humblebrag Goods says he or she wants he or them. They want 10 truck nuts.
Hey, you put the cash on it. We'll give you some truck.
You want 10? Do you want 10 pairs of truck nuts? 10 pairs of truck nuts, or like just 10 nuts?
10 single nuts.
Just single nuts.
That's the Armstrong special.
The Armstrong special. Mixed nuts. Anyway, have you guys my sales were, I hate when people say their sales were slow today, but mine were like slow today and yesterday.
Yep, me
That's
too.
why I'll stop buying stuff.
What's up?
Stop buying your gems.
Stop
Mine
buying.
might be picking up actually, which is surprising. Like
You're not listing anything?
What's up?
What's going on?
He made a sale because he actually listed one thing.
Like my sales rep, I listed this one thing.
Yeah, listed one thing yesterday and it sold, so it was great. You know, all you gotta do is sell one thing at it, or list one thing at a time.
Well,
Dude, that's badass.
Yeah.
unless you're Ganesh, I think you can only list one thing at a time.
You gotta learn from the pros. You know what I'm saying?
You learned from Ganesh?
Ganesh D'Souza.
Yeah. Who?
I don't know who Ganesh is.
The remover of obstacles?
See,
Sounds like Street Fighter 2 stuff. I don't know.
It's a Hindu
Death Pops
god
over here is operating on that.
a
He's
Hindu-
playing into people's scarcity mentality. He's like, look, there's only one. It comes up once every year. Buy it now. And
Yeah,
shit,
my
so
store has one item. You better buy it.
scarcity, man. People dive in it.
You got it.
Corey can tell you all about it.
Yeah, he's got those 15 Nike hats, right?
I have 23.
Oh wow.
Available at a time though.
You need to do
No,
like
yeah,
a giveaway with them or
Sending
something.
me one.
I already gave one to Elliot, and that was hard for me to do. I didn't actually I actually said, send me your address, I'll send you one, and you didn't do it.
I just did. It's in your Insta chat.
Oh, my phone
I
died.
slid into your DMs, buddy.
Oh.
He's like, yeah, I lost that info. It's gonna be $40 now.
He's gonna send you a PayPal invoice.
Toilet.
The shipping's $40, the hat's free.
I would gladly pay for a Nike hat touched by your hand.
I'm almost to 100 subscribers for every I don't know, what can we do as a giveaway if anybody actually wants these stupid hats?
I think in order to be on the show, you have to have one. That should be.
Yeah, I think you should send one to all of us, Corey.
Yeah, don't your regulars get any appreciation?
Other than no.
We're the only reason you got to 100 anyhow. You know?
It's not because of me. I'm boring. I try to do shows on my own, and I'm just boring, so I have to interact with somebody. I mean, I don't, it's like, that's it. That's all I got. So, are you drinking beer? Or is that just lemonade?
No, Dad.
Yeah, so
You've been caught.
sales have been slow for me, but I did sell those sexy witch boots today. I love those.
Oh, you
sexy witch boots.
Those are really cool.
Yeah,
I was like, those might fit my feet. My tiny feet.
your tiny,
Wait.
what's your tiny foot size?
Like 6.5.
I have a lot of tiny feet size shoes that are in that range that are new in box from like the 70s and 80s. Like a lot of drivers and loafery kind of willy whackers.
What do these witchy boots look like? Do you have them on
Yeah.
hand?
They're Dr. Murray.
The Gucci what?
He posted them on Instagram.
The
Oh,
witchy boots? Yeah.
Oh.
On Instagram.
Let me check.
I saw that.
What's your Instagram? What is it?
Truck nuts 992999 General Lee 14 1969 Alabama 4000 man.
It's pretty long, but it actually came up with someone.
It's my cousin Bruce. Finally found my long lost cousin Bruce.
Holy
Sex God in
wit.
heaven. Yeah, so that was like my only good sale of the day. I did sell.
You charge shipping. What's this?
Wait, are those?
What are you charging shipping for?
Are those
Only
the
an
art
accident.
walk? Didn't it write art walk in the title?
What?
You know the little tag on the back?
Uh-huh.
Does it say art walk?
Does it say art walk?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would
I
hope
got
not.
$30 for him. I don't.
It's like
yeah.
a certain style
for you.
that is desirable.
Good for you, Corey. Good
I
for
don't.
you.
I thought they were cool, and they were in a box of junk, and I cleaned them up, put a little spit on them, and as normal, I didn't look up comps. I said, God, I don't want to sell these for less than $129.99, so that's what I listed them for.
There you go.
Good job.
And they sold relatively quickly, and maybe they were worth more than that.
It depends.
On what?
I think you got pretty close to the top market. How long were those listed for?
10 days.
I mean, there's pretty active viewership on Docs, so
There's
that's
so
nice
many
stuff.
listings. You really have to get keyword specific because there's so many Doc Martin listings.
Don't they usually have an item number though?
I think Sexy Witch sold it. Halloween's right around the corner.
These didn't have, yeah, normally docs have a number on the inside. These didn't have it.
Mm.
They were weird. And I got some other dumb, crappy shoes there that sold too.
More Doc Martens?
No, I only got one pair of Doc Martens. That was a surprise. Those came from across the street from the Nike Crunchy sale. This guy had a garage. This dude had a garage full of like amazing stuff. He wouldn't sell me anything. He had like skateboards from the '80s and a bunch of like just amazing stuff, and he just wouldn't sell me anything. He was like, "This stuff's going into an Airbnb," and I was like, "What are Steve Caballero original skateboards from the '80s going into an Airbnb for?"
Caballero.
It is Caballero, isn't it?
I think the double L is, yeah. It's like a Spanish caballero.
Well, it depends on where you are. You see, if you're in Argentina, that would be pronounced caballero.
Ooh.
But I believe that Steve Caballero, I believe he called himself Steve Caballero.
Yeah, I think he Americanized it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think he was an American.
What?
He Americanized. He was born in the United States of America.
Where? LA?
Yeah, somewhere in Venice area. All those dudes are from SoCal, you know?
Yeah.
All of us, if you find that stuff, and you can, especially in Oregon and California, you can find those old Gullwing trucks, or there's a couple of really, really cool brands of trucks that are, you know, pretty hard to find, but you'll find them on the older boards. I found some really weird fake skating stuff from the 80s in Argentina. What they would do is take trucks from the United States, sand cast them, and just like make fakes. I would find like fakes of like rarer trucks from like, you know, the early to mid 80s and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, they're hustlers, you know, opportunists. Why not?
Yeah.
Night Paisley. Paisley's heading out.
Bye.
Anyway, so the topic of the show, do we handle the topic of the show?
Not quite. I'm still kind of upset. And I think eBay needs to make sure that they're refunding everyone their money, you know?
Isn't this another thing they do, like where they like automatically click the large photo or something on people's listings?
They do what?
Where like there's like a fee to having like a large photo, and if you like list stuff on like their mobile platform, it's like automatically selected.
I've had it happen a couple of times.
Is that if you don't have a store or something? Because I mean, I get.
No, it's like a $4 or maybe it's less, but I think it's like a $4 fee if you want to have like extra large photos in your gallery. And it's something you can click, and it's not typically clicked, but every once in a while I'll create a new listing and it'll be clicked, and when I go to, you know, submit my listing, it says your fees will be, and usually it says 0, but on the rare occasion something gets clicked, it'll say like $4 or something insane.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's a high fee for hosting that $4 for a single listing. Auctions,
isn't it free in some categories though? In some categories, it doesn't charge you to have the enlarged photo.
right.
I'm just a worker bee, man. I just like to shovel out listings.
You always have to look though. You have to look like, what are they charging me to list this?
Right.
Sneaky
Yeah.
eBay. That's why you're listing one thing a day. I mean, you gotta, you know, that's
Exactly.
probably easy to
I keep up on top of this stuff. That's why I knew that little bit of information for you. You know, that's why I'm on number 5 here. You know,
That's why you're number 5.
This is weird. My eBay store must be like part of a new. I don't know. They haven't told me that I'm part of this, but I feel like I'm like trying out a new setup for eBay on the mobile app, because when I log into Jake's eBay, it's normal. But when I log onto my eBay on my phone the same time, it has a weird thing where the shipping is all on the same category. So it's like you can only pick flat for domestic and international, or you can pick calculated, but you can't pick like one or the other for each category. So it won't let me list something like I can take photos, but it won't let me like list it unless I have it all clicked on the same shipping.
Weird.
It's so weird. And like what's even more bizarre is that it's not just my phone, it's only if I log into mine on my phone as opposed to log onto his.
I don't know. I know that so what drives me crazy sometimes is that eBay doesn't have a seller app like Amazon has a seller app. Like, have an app for buyers, have an app for sellers, and move forward with making an app that works way better. You can't even search your drafts. There's only 20 drafts.
I hate the draft handling on the app. It's
annoying. There's a lot of other annoying features, like you can't search through your sales for a specific item. So you'll be like, oh, you have 473 sales. You click on that. And you can't search within there to find an item so that you can get the item number. So some of the problems that would be easily resolvable using the app, you can't resolve because you can't use the functionality.
You can't see your custom SKUs on the app, which as someone who uses them for their shipping purposes, it's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, when I ship, I always have like a tablet or a phone with me. So, and when I'm going through the orders, I can visually make sure that the item is the same, has the same item number and everything, and looks the same. Because I sell like some things that I might have 3 of the same camera in different conditions or in different colors or whatever. So I kind of I think it's a great visual reference to make sure that, you know, the item is correct.
Yeah, it would just be nice if they would also show, I mean, they allow you to have a custom SKU field. Yeah. Why not show it in the app?
But like, so there's an incongruity between the way that the website works and the way that the app works, I think. Because listing on the app shouldn't be that much different than listing on the website. They should be you should be able to train somebody on the app, and they should be able to do the website. They should be congruent in the way that they function. That either means the website doesn't function as good as it should, or the app doesn't function as good as it should. They should both have an equal experience because they should be optimum experiences. I don't feel like there's an optimum. eBay doesn't provide optimum experiences when it comes to selling. They really don't. But like I said, it's a hodgepodge. It's a hodgepodge of systems that is just like mashed together, it seems like, and all kinds of weird things happen. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but I don't consume that much social media, but there's a couple of people I do watch, and one of them is the thrift shop, not the thrift shop hustler, the Craigslist hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because there's some things about his business that I really think are interesting. So I kind of watch how he does things, and I'm curious about some aspects of his business model. But he put something on eBay like a lane test. He got suspended for 7 days, and I mean he has an Anchor account. You know, he's an Anchor store, and they couldn't reverse the suspension.
Yeah, because it's like all automated or something.
Yeah, how can you have like an automated death switch?
Right.
That seems like that is not people friendly. Imagine if, like, let's say you had something that was like bone, it really was bone, but it met the keywords that ivory scalpers use, and it kind of looked like ivory by this algorithm that identifies it, and all of a sudden you're like banned for life. So that was a huge problem. That happened to lots and lots of sellers getting banned for ridiculous reasons in the, between 2007 and like 2010. People were just getting suspended indefinitely without notice or warning. I don't know if you guys are aware of that or not.
I've heard that.
Out of here.
Oh,
Bye,
wait.
Elliot.
Oh no. Oh wait, can you see this?
Wait, let me.
Yeah, that's what one of my accounts looks like, and then the other one looks like the old one.
And then when you go into shipping,
wait, back it up slightly. Oh, I see. Weird.
when you go into shipping,
Is it a more it looks like a more basic form of the app.
It
But
kind
you
of
know,
is.
you can only click flat, calculated, or local.
Are
So
you
it
sure
has to.
that's and you're certain that's not some setting?
No.
I have it also. I have the same issue.
Yeah, so it must.
And well, it's not an issue. I think they're rolling it out.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I feel like they should have told you, like, you're going to be part of this beta, whatever, and give us feedback or something.
I don't even think it's a beta. I think it's just a slow rollout of this new app. I did find if I deleted the app and then re-downloaded it, it put me back into the old one that you're used to.
Yeah, but it's weird because when I log into his is normal.
It's account bound.
Yeah.
It's not like bound to your phone. It's for your account. But when I deleted it off of my phone and then logged back into my account, it changed me back to the old one. So I haven't actually seen that one now in like a week and a half after I deleted the app.
Okay.
Will it return?
Oh, sorry.
Will it return is the question.
It hasn't for me yet, but
When did it happen? Was there just like an abrupt switch or like?
Yeah.
2 months ago for me.
Yeah, probably around that time.
I remember the day there was a cool breeze in the air.
Yeah, it was like I just couldn't. I took photos and then I couldn't list it because it was saying like my international shipping wasn't set right or something.
It's very buggy.
Yeah, so then I would have to go back on the computer and list it, and it was just like annoying. I was like, this is annoying.
Why are you doing this, eBay?
Mr. Peanut says you'll get through it. You're a hard worker.
Let us sell stuff, eBay. Just let us sell.
Yeah,
You know, what we want to do.
Why can't we live, eBay? Let us live.
I want to sell more crap and make more money so I can take more time off. The only reason I work is so that I can take time off.
That's not going to happen
Why?
because
Because eBay needs to constantly be fed like a beast.
it is. It won't let you loose. Right when you think you're going to get away,
Pulls you back in again.
its tentacles will wrap around your uvula and just.
Your truck nuts.
Uvula.
It's a very peculiar place, but it will grab it.
Got the solution for you. Just list one thing a day. Good, right?
There you go.
Just make sure it's something good.
Like, what did you list today, Kev?
I listed 3 Harley Davidson jackets.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I wish I listed 3 Harley Davidson. I listed 3 $750 pairs of shoes that I don't think will sell for that much.
That's still amazing, though.
I listed 30 items, but they're all like $20 to $50 items.
I just can't be bothered if it's less than $29.99.
I don't get out of bed for less than $10,000 a day. Tell us about it, Linda Evangelista. It must be fucking nice.
I did sell some female pheromones today.
Oh, how much did you get for your female pheromones?
$29.99.
I'm actually impressed. I mean, I'm impressed they went for that much, and I'm impressed you also sold it for that much and didn't demand $10,000.
Why would I demand $10,000?
I'm saying you were the one that said that you don't want to mess with anything worth $20. So
I said I don't like things that are less than $29.99.
Oh, I see. That's convenient. $29.99. Got it.
$29.99. So I listed like 13 bottles of perfume that I got before Jake because he didn't come to the sale on time, and that was my joke. Everybody laughed.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think you get to say everyone laugh.
I know.
Wasn't that a Mitt Romney thing? Didn't he do that? Please clap.
Very similar to Mitt. Please clap.
Didn't he say please clap?
Well, list 13 bottles of perfume. The most desirable ones haven't sold, and the what I considered the least desirable ones, which I priced over market but still lower than the other ones, were the first 2 bottles that sold. Like a Todd Oldham bottle that there's like 100 other bottles for sale, and they bought mine, and mine was like, everybody was like $15.99. I was like $29.99. Mine sold in a day. And then there were tons of bottles of this Athena nonsense, and that sold really, really fast too. So I don't know. I can't.
You might have been asking $12 for shipping. You ever see that where people are asking like $15 to ship something that you can fit in a first class added thing? Like,
yeah. I just assign it. I try to assign a fair market price. It has to. It's in a window, you know. And I do take offers on stuff, but I mean. I decline a lot of offers. Somebody offered me $1 for something yesterday.
Oh, kicked you right in the truck nuts.
That happens.
Actually, I sent an offer back. There's an item at $49.99. They offered me $1. My counter offer is $49.98, and you're sold, just like I always do.
Oh, I actually had a situation like that happen. Okay, they didn't offer $1. They offered $20 on an $85 coat.
Okay.
And I came back at $80. They came back at. Oh wait, no. Actually, I declined the 20. They came back at 30, and then I countered 80. They came back at 40, and then I countered 75, and they bought it and paid at $75.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think you should always counter.
I was impressed. I was like, this
It was Jeb Bush. Mark Swinton said it was Jeb Bush.
Same difference to me.
Romney. It was Jeb Bush.
All right, Erica has some goodies.
So
I'm
that
gonna
lady,
move out of the way.
paint by numbers lady, I told you she gave me hankies, right? So these are some of the hankies. So this is, I mean, you're seeing it backwards, aren't you?
No, it's
These are like weather hankies. And they're all like super nice.
Oh my god, and they're like pressed, like really nice.
Yeah. Calories.
Oh my gosh, adorable.
Designer one. And she just gave me these for free. I think I have 100 of them still listed, and I've sold probably like 50.
Oh, is that a Zodiac one? That's amazing.
I like the subject matter is really cool. Are those from like the 40s? 50s?
Probably. This one says 69.
Yeah,
Okay.
they look pretty 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50s, 60s. So, like, this one's cute.
I've never
Anniversary.
seen any of those before. Never.
I never
These are
see
like-
ones that cute.
Are these like silk?
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're cotton.
Okay.
That's people really like the cotton ones over the silk ones. So they sell for like $30 to $50 each.
Wow. You have 100?
Over 100, yeah.
Yikes. That's a nice haul.
Hmm.
How quickly did they sell?
What was that?
How quickly are they selling? Like one a week?
So, okay. I have like 98 left, and I had like 150. So I think the more desirable ones have sold. So we'll drop the price and see
Yeah.
what the rest sell for.
Yeah, well, that's awesome if you sold 50 of them for like
$2,500. Huh?
Yeah, that's
One that sold for like 70 or something, and it was like how to cure insomnia. It was so cute. I wanted to keep it. Of course, it was the one that is the most desirable one. It was like funny, how to cure insomnia. I think I took a picture of it. It's in our Instagram.
How to cure insomnia? You hit somebody in the head with a fish.
So did you research all these, or did you just put them all up at $50?
Say what?
Did you research them individually, or did you just put them all up at 50?
She gave me books. Again, she was a collector in the heyday of them, like 20 years ago. They were really collectible. I think they're a lot less collectible now.
Okay, so there's like known records on them.
Yes.
On these for collectors.
Yeah.
Mark Swenson says maybe you should try to bundle some.
That's true. Like Christmas ones will go for like $12 to $15 each. So if I just bundle a bunch of the Christmas ones, I'm sure they'll sell.
Bundle them, offer a volume discount on a little bundle. You know, you might be able to move them a little bit faster.
That's a good idea.
But yeah, I'm impressed because those are like collector. Those are collector categories that just would be so far off my radar.
So yeah, I always go through the hankies at sales. Most of the time they're like really used or not like, not like those. They're just like flowers or something. But even those will sell. Like
when you're looking at like handkerchiefs, like the like Hermes style scarves and stuff like that. Are you going through that stuff too? Do you like scarves?
Did you see that what was the brand? Cartier?
The Cartier. I didn't see the Cartier one, but that's a really, really high-end scarf.
Somewhere around here.
I think I got it for, what did I pay, $20 for it?
$20, yeah.
I went into an estate sale in Argentina, and for some reason, not many people showed up to the sale. It might have been like the day before a holiday or something, and I walked in, there were 22 Hermes 32 by 32 inch scarves in the original box stacked up, right? And I asked how much they wanted for them, and they told me $12, well, the equivalent of $12.
Were they real?
All of them were real. This was in a house in Recoleta. It was the highest end neighborhood in Buenos Aires, which is one of the financial capitals of South America. So, there's. Even though Argentina has a lot of political problems, the wealthy class is very wealthy. You will find a lot of fakes, like Nike fakes and stuff like that, but you don't find like high-end fakes. Like if you go into somebody's house, they have this weird, like they're not gonna have a fake Prada. It's gonna be real.
Right.
Did you sell those?
Every one of them. At the time I was in Argentina, I didn't have any. The only access to products I had was directly from estate sales because they don't have any sort of like thrift thing or anything like that. So I worked my way into some estate sale like unions. You have to kind of sign up and get on these lists, and then like go at a certain time, get on the list again, wait. It would be 4 to 5 hours to wait to get into an estate sale. To get in within the first couple of hours it was very, very common. Like I would go, the sales would start at 10 in the morning. I would usually show up at like 4:30 or 5. And, it's not the safest city in the world, but in this particular sale, like there was, I didn't go for that, but you obviously will all find crazy stuff, but that was insane. So I was selling on eBay and shipping it. I found a way to do a flat rate box from Argentina to the United States for like somewhere between 22 and $25. I think it was like $23.50. So anytime I found something that was like high end, because I would find like, Omega watches, Cartier stuff. Really, really high end stuff. It took a long time to find it, and you would only find it every once in a while, and there were only really high end sales every once in a while, but they would sell it really, really cheap because they had no idea what it was. They didn't even know what Hermes was. The people who were running the sale had no idea. I was like, how much for the scarves? And she was like, looked at me like she was taking one off me, like she was scraping one off. She's like, if you buy them all, they're like $12 a piece. And I just opened up one of the boxes, and the Hermes serial number was in there and everything, and it's like just opened every single box, those orange boxes.
So you were selling before you went there, right? On eBay?
Yeah, so I mean I sold my first item on eBay in like roughly 2000, somewhere 2000, 2001.
So did you find it to sell slower because you were international?
So I mean one day I walked into a sale and I bought like 75 Omega watch cases from the 1960s, and in Argentina it's not in a huge demand. It's hard to sell. I started putting them on eBay, and I mean I paid a quarter a piece for them, maybe $1 a piece for them. I was selling individual cases from $50 to $400, and I had like 75 of them, and they were selling pretty fast, So anytime I got my hands on, so I bought 100 Art Nouveau tiles. If I wish I had some, I have some pictures somewhere, all from the turn of the century. Alfred Meekin, some of these Pilkingtons. Like they are so rare, and it's one of the biggest regrets I have is selling those at the price that I sold them for, because now they're worth a small fortune. I mean, the collector's market for them has just grown insane.
Oh yeah.
Insane for these Art Nouveau tiles, and so I sent every one of them to the United States, almost all of them. Some went to Spain, I think. Maybe some went to maybe Japan, but yeah, I was sending most of the stuff to the United States, and because I have a reputation. I have a store that's been around for a long time. I have a lot of ratings. I didn't have any problem selling stuff. I mean, people would ask for kind of a discount sometimes because of shipping, because I couldn't ship. It cost me $25 to ship. So imagine that. Imagine whatever you have costs $25 to ship.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like build that into your price and the products that you offer, right?
And that was in the early 2000s, right?
What?
When that flat rate at $25.
No, this is Argentina. So this is like 2010, 2011, 2012.
I'm sure they've scaled that up now.
I was living in Argentina in 2012 and 2013, I guess. Yeah. My wife is Argentine. Anyway, kids, that was a great show. We got a lot of info out there. I want to thank everybody who is watching the show now. I want to thank everybody who's watching the show in the future. I don't want to thank Jacob because I'm mad at him. Jacob, thank you for sharing that information. I'm sure it's going to really help a lot of people. Erica, it was really interesting hearing about your niches and the things that you kind of look for. I'm going to do a lot of research on the paint by numbers stuff. I won't buy it, though. I'll let you buy it.
Okay.
I just want to learn about it. Kayla, thank you for being a part of our discussion. It's always lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Your show was fun this morning. And
thanks.